Hi. Hello. Do I look like a hot mess? I feel like one. Welcome back, friends. What a week or two it has been. Well, okay. Musicals just popped in my head. What a week it has been. What a rare mood I'm in. Well, it's almost like being in love. I love traveling. How about you? I love it. I am coming off of a lot of travel with very little travel now expected in my future. But that's okay. That's okay. Because now I can just reflect. I can go back and look at my 687 pictures. It's going to be great. Hi, friends. Welcome back to Librophiliac Knits. Where are we? What day is it? I am coming to you from a Wednesday morning in gray and fall colored Minnesota. It's good. It's good. This is the kind of lighting that's supposed to be so diffuse and wonderful for taking finished object pictures. If only I had one. I suppose. I really should have packed better so that I could go to exotic locales and take finished object pictures as though that was what I was trying to do, but that's not what happened. I ended up wearing this as my most frequent. No, that's not true. I brought 4 hand knits on my 10-day trip to Denmark, Sweden, and Iceland, where I went with my old pal Wax. You've heard so much about her. Well, now you might see a picture or two. We had a wonderful time just bopping around and looking at whatever we wanted, eating whenever the mood struck us, and drinking all of the coffee. All of the coffee. And it was so good. This is one of my all-time favorites in the lineup of Stephen West mystery knit-alongs. This one is called Building Blocks. And it's right on brand for what we're up to today because it is made with 2 different colors of souvenir yarn from one of the last times I went to the other side of the Atlantic. I bought this color right here, boop, and this color right here, boop, while I was in London at a yarn store there. And it is blocky and fantastic. And I did a really good job for once of keeping the color scheme, well, very American, or Union Jack if you're at it. But it was, this color scheme is not so wild that it's hard to decide to wear it sometimes. It just goes with everything. I have a lot of navy blue and I love a good red, and white and gray go with everything. So like, this is probably my easiest to style shawl of all the Stephen West goodies. And it was absolutely perfect for my needs walking around Denmark. Copenhagen. We were in Copenhagen. Which part of Denmark, you ask? Copenhagen. It was lovely there. Yeah, so what did I come to talk to you about today? Well, I will show you a little bit of the things that I'm working on. I don't think I have a finished object. And then I'm just going to talk to you about my trip, because one of the things that I really prioritized on this trip was buying yarn everywhere. I had to sit on my suitcase to get it closed, my friends. I have never had to do that before. I've seen it in movies and always thought it was the most ridiculous thing. Like, why can't you pack appropriately? And this time it was me. I was the one with the problem. Why? Because when we were in Sweden at a thrift shop, I found a snowsuit for my child. And at every yarn store, I had to buy something. I could not say no. And we even found there are these stores that are like, they're kind of like Walgreens. They're called Netto. And there was yarn there too. So I had to get some. Everyone's always talking about, like, you go to Iceland and there's just yarn in the grocery stores. Well, we didn't go to a grocery store for yarn, but we did go to Netto. It was great. So let's see, how did it start? I think the first thing that I got was not actually yarn. It was a finished object. This was at the thrift store when we were in Copenhagen, and it was too cute to pass up. It's cotton. It's cotton and handmade, and it's super cute. And yeah, this is like, I think the only shirt I bought while I was there. Wax and I are queens of the thrift store. Charity shop, if you will. Secondhand, thrift, call it whatever you want. The colors are so fun. It's, you know, and it's stuff that I wouldn't have necessarily paired. Like, look at this. These two right here. They would like hurt my brain if I was picking the colors. But to wear it, to just throw it on, and it's not my problem. I didn't pick this. Except that I chose to wear it. Yeah, it's great. I'm excited about it. We found that secondhand shop on the way to our first yarn store, which was called Flid. And that is where I got these two little, these were hand dyed by the proprietress. She was super nice to us. I did not ask her name. It's alpaca, 161 meters, 50 grams. And then this one has some walnut in the dye process. She said that she tried plant dyes, and then when she didn't like it, she threw a little acid dye over the top to make it more interesting. And what are my plans for this? No idea. Maybe a hat. It's about enough for just a little hat. Or some mittens, or a hat and mittens. I don't know. I don't know. But let's see, it says handfarvet garn. I was working on my Danish while I was there, but that doesn't mean I actually know how to like sight read or pronounce things correctly. So this was my first yarn purchase of the trip that was not already knit by someone else. What came next? Well, here, I'll show you. These were the Netto yarns. They're cotton. They're not special. They were 50 grams, 170 meters, 100% cotton. Technically made in India. It's a good green. I like this green. I think this will be perfect for are you guys familiar with this is the part where my brain fails me. This is why I wanted to have a secondary screen so I could look stuff up. She has her own YouTube channel. She just produced a knitting book. She is a prolific knitter who is from the Scandinavian region. I think she's actually Finnish. Kutovakika. Yeah. I have a tank top of hers in my queue, and I did not have yarn set aside for it. I think this would be good for a cute little tank top. It's very lacy. It might be totally the wrong size yarn, in which case I'll have to figure out something else. Not worried about it. Then when did I get this one? Wax talked me into this. This is like both of our favorite color, basically. This is Isair Jensen yarn. I don't know if I've seen this particular size, like this put up, whatever, of Isair yarn. It is 100% pure new wool, made at Skiva Yarn, Denmark, hand wash, cool lay, flat dry, blah, color 26S. That's not the part. 100 grams, 250 meters. So I, can get Isair yarn here, but I haven't seen this particular style of it. I think this was the other Copenhagen yarn shop we went to. And then I was obsessing the Knitting for Olive colors that they had available. There were a million of them. I mean, every single color that they offer. And they had like finished live action versions of every single petite knit pattern ever. And they were selling the Sophie scarf so hard. I'm still not planning to make that. You go ahead. I will make something else of hers. She has so many other more interesting things. But so simple and cute. I understand why everybody wants one. For some reason, when I was looking at the Knitting for Olive, the heavy merino, I wanted the marzipan. It's just, she had like 6 different white or off-white colors. And this one, I don't know why. I don't have to know why. Here, let me hide my face. And what goes with these 2 colors? In my brain. What is this one? This one is Svensk Ull 4TR. Pure Swedish wool yarn. Did we get this one in Sweden? I don't remember. Maybe I should have saved it says Jarbo. We must have gotten this. No, we went to Sweden just to go to Malmo, which is like a 30-minute train ride from Copenhagen, just for the day. And we went, what was that, Saturday? It was a Saturday. We were a little slow getting out the door. And then we didn't find any yarn shops that were still open. We ended up we kept going in the wrong direction, and we found a really pretty church instead that was like, someone was filming, or I don't know if they were filming or just recording, like using the beautiful sound, like the echo chamber effect of the church to record music when we got in there. I wanted to just sit and listen to it, but I also felt like that was not allowed. It was like electronic pop kind of stuff, not like church music. It was really good. I don't know what it was. I wanted to like bug somebody and ask them what it was so that I could find it later. I took a picture randomly, but anyway, that is why I think this is the only yarn I got in Sweden. At the Netto. This and this were at the second yarn store we went to in Copenhagen, and I've forgotten the name of it. It was really cute and very busy, and I was very tired by the time we got there, so I was having a little decision fatigue trying to figure out, it's like I don't really have enough money to buy a sweater quantity, but man, I wanted to. But then what sweater? What quantity? What? I couldn't. It just, the wheels were spinning. Poor Wax had to go sit outside because I couldn't. I couldn't make decisions. I couldn't leave. Ugh. All right, and then, while I was in Denmark, I was like convinced I was going to buy a book, and then I'm going to like learn how to read Danish, and then I realized that was not as likely as I would like to pretend. So to back off of that, so like feed that need a little bit, but back off of it a little bit also, I bought myself a knitting magazine and a bottle of wine. That was, and there's even like crocheted little mushrooms in here. That's so cute. I don't know, man. I just saw plenty of things in here that look like fun. And figuring out a knitting pattern is not the same as trying to like read a whole novel. And then I got to have one of those experiences that makes me so happy, where the guy checking me out saw me with just a bottle of wine and a magazine in Danish. So he spoke to me entirely in Danish, because why would you assume that I was a tourist? I love getting to blend in. I couldn't pull it off very well because I didn't understand Jack, but it just makes me happy when I don't immediately get pegged as the stupid American tourist. We'll see if I ever make anything out of this. But, you know, 43 krona versus, I was gonna buy an Ali Hazelwood book for 100 krona instead, just to support her, even though I've already read the book in English and I don't really need another copy of it, and like it'd be really silly to buy it in a different language. I mean, I could kind of figure out what was going on because I've read the book before, but silly. Oh no, wait, this one might have been these two for sure. These two, and I think also this one, all came from, we went to like a craft store in a mall once also. It was not initially on the list of like things we want to do. Go to the mall. Nah, we're not really mall people, but they had a bathroom and I needed it. And then we walked by and it was like, yeah, of course we're going to go in there. And then suck yarn. These are about how my preferences skew generally. I either want loud rainbows or super neutrals. I mean, doesn't that sort of also, loud rainbows, super neutrals. Yeah, so these two I got together, I remember now. And then it was these three. But these three kind of pair together perfectly. Size-wise. And color scheme, they're good. Will I ever make anything out of these? I don't know. Socks. Yes, I can make socks. Wax has decided that I need to admit that yarn buying is a different hobby than knitting. I know I'm not fully on board. So let's see. I did not buy, I will show you a picture of it because I wanted it so bad. I did not buy, in the Librophiliac museum, there was a knitting pattern to make a double knit scarf with duplicate stitch, a face of of Juno, one of the statue heads. They were selling the whole kit, yarn and everything. And I wanted it so bad, but I also was like, I don't think I'll ever make this. And I want it so bad, and I don't think I'll ever make this, and I want it so bad, and I don't, and it just, and then I finally had to let it, I let it go. But we met somebody else there, hello if you're watching, who did decide not only that they were going to buy the thing, but that they were going to learn how to knit in order to make the thing, which I'm so excited for them. I hope it works out. So we went to museums or some other historical amazingness every single day, and we had amazing food every day, and we walked so much I got terrible blisters and I had to buy a different pair of shoes. And we also scheduled a long layover in Iceland on our last day, which was super fun. I was very, very, very hungover. My daughter tells me I had a green out. Drinking with Irishmen is dangerous. And also, I tried a little of somebody's hash, which you're allowed to do on vacation, but I was not prepared. I have not had any hash since I lived in Paris in like 2000. And I went from like, you know, drunk but fine to like, I have to go home now and I'm going to die. And that lasted for like a whole day. It was really miserable. Poor Wax had to take care of me while I was just a useless lump for like a whole day. But that meant that we ended up renting a hotel room when we had not initially planned to while we were in Iceland. And we got a lovely, decent night's sleep. And then we went out just driving around. We got a rental car and we just drove around and looked at everything. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful there. It was crazy. The landscape is just, and cameras don't capture it. My phone camera did not quite capture it. I'll try and add a picture or two, and I just wanted to touch everything. Like, I knew the weather was unpleasant. It was like super gray and wet and cold. It was raining. And we were just driving around. We'd get out of the car for like 5 minutes and then be like, nope, cold, getting back in. Oh, the car had heated seats. It was delightful. It was the only time we had a rental vehicle the whole vacation. So that was kind of fun too. Just like a little taste of Wax's road rage, which is a delight. You have no idea. And then we went to a yarn store again. First we went and just like, I Googled like scenic overlook, and it took us away from the ocean and towards a random lake. It was great. It was so good. I just can't. You know, when descriptive words become not enough, you know, like every time life is too good to be true. Like, it was one of those. It was so good. So, after we went and just looked at the landscape and like touched the volcanic rock and the moss and got back in the car, we turned around and we went to a yarn store. And I got a little carried away, and I'm not sad. I'm not sorry. First, I will show you, I bought a cute little project bag. I almost got a giant project bag, but I talked myself down. They had a sticker version of the cute thing on the outside of the bag, and I decided that that was better. In Icelandic, this says, "The knitting life is wonderful." Truer words were never spoken. Can I read this? Heck no. But yeah. And then the yarn store, which was called Storkerin, makes its own yarn. So I had to buy some of the yarn that they make. These were the colors I was feeling. This gray and this golden color, I felt like perfectly captured. Oh, wow. Perfectly we're capturing like the situation there. And then also teal. I'm always the teal girly. But then, hang on. I can't. Where'd it go? Oh, I think I took it out. There's a little sticker. And while I was like gushing about it to the store owner, she explained to me that it's actually an American who lives in Iceland who designed and produced the last 2 bags that were left. And I guess there were t-shirts and stickers and stuff, and everything sold out really fast. No surprise, because it was adorable. And I was laughing because I'm so on brand. Of course, it's the American who like hits my funny bone. I'll grab the sticker in a second, but these were originally the colors that I saw. I took a picture of a children's sweater in the store, and I was like, I want to turn that into a hat. And ironically, you know, I thought we would go to a grocery store and get like plates of plotulopi, but I have a ton of it. I don't really need more. So this was calling to me, and it hilariously is French. It's Cyrano. Laine merino cardée. Ce fil est fabriqué à partir de la laine douce et gonflant de merino d'Arles. These are from merino sheep in Arles, France. But whatever, I'm still supporting the store. And I mean, I didn't get to go to France this time. I got all the way across the Atlantic and I didn't get to touch France. So I'm okay with supporting both places at once. Hat. And then, like I was saying, this woman, she made a bunch of funny bags and stuff, but she also dyed yarn. Valkyrie Knitting Society is the name of her yarn endeavors. And while we were driving around looking at everything, we were playing Bjork, which is the name of this yarn. Bjork apparently is the Icelandic word for birch, and I don't think I'm even pronouncing it right. I'm sorry. I've heard it's Björk, but I don't know, and I didn't ask. And this was so pretty. I mean, it just felt a little bit like Kismet. This was the last one of these. And then these are the yarns that are made by the store owner, and this is going to be a shawl. Or, yeah. Yeah. This is going to be a shawl. I'm going to make it up myself, maybe. I don't know. But, okay. Pause while I go get that sticker. Okay, look at this. There was a huge, like, I mean, you could use, it's like a tote bag. It was a tote bag size bag that had this on it. Valkyrie Crochet Club. Hook hard, dye warm. I love it so much. And it was enormous. It was like $36 at least, judging on my exchange rate math. And I was like, I think I'll get the smaller project bag. I don't know if I need that enormous, but it made me so happy. But if they had the knitting one, because like, I am not the world's leading crocheter. Oh, it's so good though. Here, I found the knitting sticker one. If it had been one of these, I would have bought it in a heartbeat. Knit hard, dye warm. It's so good. I don't know if you can. Is that better? They're so good. I don't know when I'm even going to be able to put them on because they're precious. They're so precious. But anyway, and then I got two little, like, you know, made with love kind of things, but they were in Icelandic, and one of them is for my daughter because it was a hilarious combination of her childhood nicknames from me and her dad. And the other one was just a cute cat, and it was like, my sweetie. Or some, you know, some variation thereof. Now, I was on a 10-day vacation without children. You would think that the amount of knitting that I would get done would be astronomical, like insanity levels. And you know what happened? I barely touched my knitting. I brought so much yarn just in case. And what I ended up doing is I did cast on a sock, and I did get farther than I expected on said sock because I wanted something small and portable. And one of the things that we were supposed to do that Wax had planned for us was go to a queer knit night on the Tuesday after we had arrived, and we were very excited to go, and then it turned out to not be happening, which was a bummer. But we just sat in a cafe and knit by ourselves instead. It's not the same. We wanted to like be among our friends, our new friends that we hadn't made yet. But so I cast on this sock. I'm going for like the traditional heel flap and turn situation, which is not my favorite, but I haven't done it in a while, so I thought I would try it again. See if I like it better this time. I don't know, whatever. This is some Patton's Croy. Super 70s. I don't remember I think I have the name of it somewhere, but I will make a Ravelry page for it. But this was all made on vacation. And then the sweater I'm working on for my sister. I got, whoops. Just on the plane ride home, I finally got all the way through the first bit of the back ribbing, the hem, the rear hem. This is going to be the Weekender light, although I'm holding things double, so it might not be as light as it's supposed to be. I don't care. Because This is so soft, and I think she will like it. This is warm, but this is soft. And together they are soft and warm. And they're so good, these colors. So those are the, oh, there it is. Yeah. See, patent scroy sock. It's called 70s Stripes. All right. Thanks. Anyway, so these are the two things that I was working. These are my works in progress currently. I had an unexpected amount of trouble with the time zone change stuff. So I was up at like dawn. I did it again today. Now I'm back here and it's the same problem. I'm up at like 3:45 or 4 o'clock in the morning. And then like 8 o'clock p.m. rolls around and I'm done. Just like stick a fork in me, I'm out. And now I'm home. I'm supposed to work tonight, which means staying up until tomorrow morning, which means I'm going to have a nap today. Yesterday, my nap was so good that I had to be called approximately 11 times by 3 different people before I woke up and went and got my kid from the bus stop because I slept right through my alarm. I'm going to have to turn on a few more and make them louder. Great parenting moment. He's okay. We've been snuggling a lot since I got home. He actually woke up in the middle, well, you know, at like 5 o'clock this morning. He was not awake fully, but he turned over and he just said, "Mom, can I have some cuddles?" Because I was sleeping in his bed because my partner's not feeling well. So I was just going to let him. And I woke him up the night before by accident because I tried to go sleep in my own bed once. Anyway. So I had a wonderful week away. And now I'm back and ready for fall. The knitting mojo is strong. I've got this sweater to make. I've got 46 new bits of yarn to maybe turn into things. It was super funny when I was in the store where I told you that Wax had to go sit outside because she was like over it and I wouldn't stop. I got on Ravelry and I was looking through my queue and I was 46 items deep on that list and I had not yet seen a thing that I didn't already have yarn for. That's messed up. That's really messed up. Like, why am I trying to buy more yarn? I don't need any more. I don't need any more ever. And I have so much wool to make more yarn. And I was really inspired on this trip by the fashions of the beautiful Europeans. They are so beautiful. They're in a totally different, universe than we are, as usual. I'm still like on Skinny Jeans Island and they are already in like fat pants land. So we've gone from like early 90s to late 90s, which I can get behind. That's fine. But also they were wearing these sweaters that I was coveting with like big, huge like dolman sleeve situations. And my sweater that I made last year with all the purple, you may remember, I'm going to wear it again soon because I'm going to see if I can recreate the sort of fashion scenario that I was seeing everywhere that I was enjoying so much. Yeah. So, do we have any deep thoughts to impart at the end of our journey here together? Well, it's really lovely to travel and to travel with a friend who is an excellent traveling companion. That was fantastic. We did really well together. We rubbed along well together. I apparently sometimes sleep like Dracula. I was so tired I passed out in my coat on top of the covers. The only thing I managed to do was take off my shoes and I was just out. This is how I feel after work sometimes too. Just please get out of my way while I turn into a piece of lumber that falls into the bed. I think that yarn is a fantastic souvenir because not only do you get to continue to enjoy it, but like later you can wear it and be like, look, I got this yarn in London, Iceland, Denmark or Sweden. And it's so great. And it just, you know, yarn stores are really happy places in general. The woman at the Icelandic yarn store, she was so kind. Actually, the women at all of the yarn stores were so kind. But the Icelandic one had coffee and chocolate available. So they win. Free coffee wins every time. Yeah. I don't know. I don't have anything to impart except that while I was deep diving into Danish everything, I believe it was Kierkegaard who said that you'll regret the things that you do, you will regret the things that you do not do. So go ahead and do whatever. I was like, words to live by, sir. All right, my friends. This is longer than you necessarily wanted to listen to me natter. I am going to pop some photos in, just so you can see little bits and bobs of our trip. Maybe some of them will include, oh, I meant to tell you, the sweaters I was wearing while I was in Denmark, mostly, were my brand new Traveler hoodie that I just finished. What better to wear than the Traveler while traveling? The Sunday sweater, just in case Petite Knit saw me on the streets of Copenhagen, because I am such a nerd. And then the As If tee, because I just found a dress at the thrift store that I really wanted to wear, but it was like spaghetti straps, and it was supposed to be 50 degrees tops there the whole time. It actually ended up being beautiful and sunny and like 65, 70 sometimes. But that sweater was like perfect. It is, you know, it's like a t-shirt and still see-through and yeah, everything. I'll show you. You'll see. It's so good. It was giving me the most witchy vibes, and I was having so much fun. I wore leggings underneath, so I was plenty warm. It was a wonderful trip, my friends. It was wonderful. I hope that you are doing well, and that you are making things that you enjoy, and that hanging out with me gives you a little bit of joy. It gives me some joy to share with you. So thanks for coming to see me. I'll see you again soon. Bye.